Hello everyone and welcome to my updated character roster prediction video for the upcoming Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. This is as of the Speed versus Power trailer. Again, the first one I did was just after the Rivals trailer, which you'll see footage of, no doubt, throughout the course of this video. Now, quick note, I've been thinking quite a bit since I did my previous one, and at least for this video, I'm fairly certain both the original Dragon Ball characters as well as GT characters, I'm fairly certain they are going to be part of paid DLC after the game is released. So for this video, I am just going to focus on characters from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Again, I could be completely wrong there. Also, Dragon Ball Daima, should that be added, which I think it will be. I have a feeling that that's going to be a pre-order bonus, so I won't mention that in this video, just because I think the characters that are going to be revealed by the time the game is released are going to be characters that you can get, in theory, if you played completely offline, even 10, 20, 30 years from now, if that makes sense. Anyway, very quickly, before we do jump into it, do me a favour, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, as about, give or take, 50% of you watching this right now are not subscribed. Wow, it adds up to 102%. That's crazy. And that said, let's get on to the roster. Okay, starting off with the first row, we have, can I just say, side note, I love how Jeice, of all characters, is like the first character, I guess, like from the top left going down, like number one on the list. It might change in the future, they may have done it just for the trailer, I don't know. But yeah, we got Jeice. Oi! We got Jeice, Kid Gohan, Yamcha, Chiaotzu, Tien Shinhan himself, Saibaman, yes, it's a Saibaman, don't worry about it. Zarbon, Monster Zarbon, Max Power Master Roshi, as well as Base Form Master Roshi, Dodoria, and Kui, or whatever his name is. So yeah, right off the bat, you've got a Saibaman. Look, I think for like the more iconic scene in Dragon Ball, or one of the most, I guess, not necessarily noteworthy, one of the biggest memes or jokes, like the Yamcha pose, you can't have that without a Saibaman, because the Saibaman used self-destruct on Yamcha, and the rest is history. So, a bit of a pointless character, in my opinion, but I think it's a necessary character. Yeah, and again, we've got Max Power, Master Roshi confirmed. This is, presumably him from the Resurrection of F movie / the Tournament of Power. So, I just can't see them not giving him his base form. And honestly, apart from that, there's not really much else to say about the first row on my updated character roster list. Moving on to the second row now, this is mostly going to be the Ginyu Force, as well as most of Frieza's forms and a few other characters here and there. So we have, of course, the next character confirmed, Burter. So it's Jeice and Burter, and unsurprisingly enough, well, with that said, they're not just going to add those two and not the other members of the Ginyu Force, right? So this pretty much, in not so many words, confirms, unsurprisingly, the Ginyu Force. So I got Burter, then Guldo, Recoome, which rhymes with Doom, Captain Ginyu, then first form, second form, third form Frieza, final form Frieza has been confirmed. Then after that, you could maybe skip these two, but I think they probably won't, given, well, we've got max power, or rather full power, 100% power, final form Frieza, then Mecha Frieza. Mecha Frieza was in the first teaser back in the Dragon Ball Games Battle Era 2023, like the first reveal, but that was from Tenkaichi 3 footage before they showed Goku transforming. I think that was quite deliberate, so I do think that we're going to get Mecha Frieza. Then of course we've got Goku, was it early, mid, Z, whatever. Then Nail, but honestly, it's Nail. It's like such an unrecognizable or very forgettable character. As of right now, in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Nail only has one preset. No custom, no villainous mode, no festival. That could change in the future, who knows. But a very forgettable character, and a lot of people actually think that he was in Xenoverse 1. He wasn't. People just forget. So you got Nail there, and then the next character, which is, again, very unsurprising, that is pretty much going to be in the game. You got Raditz. And after that, you got Bardock. Now, in the next list, or next, I guess, row, I've actually got Great Ape Bardock. And you know what? I'll talk about that in a moment. But yeah, this list is pretty much the Ginyu Force, as well as most of Frieza's forms. Then a few characters like, Raditz, Bardock, nail. Moving on to role number 3. And moving on to role number 3, we will, starting off with Golden Frieza. Again, this is a character that you can pretty much confirm right now will be in its Golden Frieza. So that's every form of Frieza, apart from like maybe when he's like cut up. Imagine if they had that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, side note as well, I have tried to theme these characters close to each other. So, for example, well, in the moment we'll go, you can probably see it on the screen right now. You got like Piccolo, Orange Piccolo, and all of that. I have tried to theme this, but how they revealed the character so far seems so random, but whatever. So, again, role 3, we've got Frieza, and then Krillin, who's obviously confirmed. Dr. Gero / Android 20, whatever you want to call him. My name, Dyspo, Android 19, Piccolo, which is confirmed. Then I've actually got Power Awakening Piccolo, like when he uses the, it's not potential unlock, or at least it's not the Elder Kai one. Yeah, unlock potential, Power Awakening Piccolo, whatever you want to call it. Orange Piccolo. Then Cell Max, the first of only a couple, the first giant character I've got on my roster prediction. Honestly, Cell Max, it would be a massive shame if he isn't added into Sparking Zero. It really would be. Either in the base game or as DLC. I think he probably will at some point because, man, just playing as Cell Max is absolutely ludicrous. There we've got Android 18, who's confirmed. Android 17 from Dragon Ball Z. Ranger 17 from Dragon Ball Super is confirmed, but I think he's going to have 2 different characters. So Android, well, from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Then we've got Mid Super Saiyan Goku, I believe that is. Then Base Form Future Gohan and Super Saiyan Future Gohan. Then Great Ape Bardock. Great Ape Bardock may seem a little bit random, and of course, Great Ape Vegeta is confirmed. For this list, I've only got those 2 as my Great Apes. In my previous one, I did actually say, I think at this point, Super Saiyan Bardock. Now, I've not got Super Saiyan Bardock for this list. You could honestly flip a coin and have either or both of them in. But I think for this one, it might make more sense, especially given how early they revealed giant characters, and given that it was in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, to add Great Ape Bardock. I would probably prefer him more over than Super Saiyan Bardock, but that's just my opinion right there. Moving on now to role number 4, we have a new character officially confirmed, Berserk Kale, or I guess Legendary Super Saiyan Kale. You know what form I'm talking about. Rather nice. Then I've got Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 1 Caulifla, Base Form Caulifla, Super Saiyan 2 Kale, the controlled Berserk form, whatever you want to call it. Then Nappa's officially confirmed as well. Then I've got Imperfect and Semi-Perfect Cell, Perfect Cell, then Full Power Cell. The Full Power version is when he comes back after, you know, Goku teleports him to King Kai's planet. They've got Super Vegeta, Ultra Vegeta, whatever them called, I think off the top of my head. Then Ribrianne, then Ultra Super Saiyan Trunks, also known as Super Trunks, it's the same thing. Then Rozie, because, well, Kaksuna from the Universe 2 girls, whatever them called, she's confirmed, so I'm fairly certain that's also going to confirm Ribrianne. And at that point, much like the Dangerous Trio, the Trio Don Dendelia, just add Rozie in. Yeah, so the next column the next row rather, there'll be a few more, I guess, filler characters here because I love base form Universe 6 characters, which you could argue are a little bit pointless, but whatever. Yeah, you know what? Let's just move on to that. Yeah, like I said, moving on now to role number 5 to kind of finish off the Universe 6 Saiyans. We've got Base Form Kale, Base Form Cabba, Super Saiyan 1 Cabba, and Super Saiyan 2 Cabba. Now, I forget the character's name who basically pushes Cabba to Super Saiyan 2. I don't think it's a Universe 2 character. I can't imagine that character, though, being in the game, even as part of DLC. If she is, great, whatever. So you could honestly just remove Super Saiyan 2 Cabba, in all fairness. Yeah, but for this list, we would keep him on here. I'll probably remove him for future updates, but we'll have to wait and see. Then we've got Android 16, which I think is pretty much a necessity, even though he wasn't in Universe 1, but a necessity because of, you know, Gohan turning Super Saiyan 2 for the first time. There's that there. Then we've got a few characters already confirmed. Hit, brand new character. Very glad that he's going to be in the base game. Good stuff there. Skeletor Vegeta. Then, of course, Great Ape Vegeta. Then moving on, we've got Frost. For this, I've just put Frost in his final form, not his first form and or his, what is it, like his Xenomorph Assault form, whatever you call it. I just think he's going to, if Frost is added, I think it's just going to be his final form. Then we're going forward now to Dragon Ball Super Superhero. We've got Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Rather nice there. Then base form Vegeta, base form Future Trunks, Super Saiyan Future Trunks. Then everyone's favourite characters or character, Gotenks, Super Saiyan Gotenks, and Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Yeah, not really much to say apart from, again, like what, maybe half the characters on this row here are going to be like base form / filler characters. But yeah, I just think that's a little bit more realistic. Next up, we have base form Brody from Dragon Ball Z, then Super Saiyan Brody from Dragon Ball Z, of course, as well as legendary Super Saiyan Brody. These are from the first Brody movie, the Dragon Ball Z, the legendary Super Saiyan movie. I'll talk about that in a moment. Then somewhat of a filler character because Hercule's in. You've got Videl, Hercule, the Great Saiyaman 2, who just so happens to look like Videl. That's so weird. Another form of Goku, a generic Frieza soldier / Raspberry, Super Saiyan Vegeta, base form Tien Gohan, Super Saiyan 1 Gohan, and Super Saiyan 2 is coming up in a little bit. I've not forgot it, don't worry. Then we've got base form Kid Trunks, base form Goten, Super Saiyan Goten, and Super Saiyan Kid Trunks. So again, a fair few filler characters here because of like the base forms, right? You could take out base form Gohan because he's mostly in like his Super Saiyan form in the Cell Saga anyway. And like that's a character slot there, but I don't think they'll go the Xenoverse route. Again, I'll probably mention this a few times in the video, or at least once more. With like the generic Frieza soldier, or I guess like Raspberry, whatever you want to call him. Yes, this was in Tenkaichi 3, and we do know now that Sparking Zero is a direct sequel, not a reimagining, not a reboot. This is you could call this Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, and no one's going to correct you. Like in that, if that makes sense. I'm not that bothered about them being in, apart from maybe content reasons, but I just think they're going to have like these filler characters, like again, a Saibaman, like the henchman characters, Saibaman, Cell Jr. coming up later on, a Pearl, Raspberry, what have you, just for story reasons, or maybe for certain game modes. So I think they're kind of necessary for that sense, but whatever. Yeah, and then you got Brody from Dragon Ball Z. Given he's one of the most popular characters of all time within Dragon Ball, I would be really surprised if they don't add at least legendary Super Saiyan Brody. And if they're going to do what ifs, I forget if they said they are. I mean, if it's, you'd imagine maybe. But if I'm going to do, if they, add Brody, legendary Super Saiyan Brody, and then full power Super Saiyan from the Brody movie, Dragon Ball Super Brody movie rather, I mean, that's a what if they can do right there. Remember I've said that. Next row, we have, again, to finish off the previous row, Super Saiyan 2 Tien Gohan. Again, would be very, 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 very surprised if that's not in. I mean, he's going to be, right? Then I believe it's light base form Vegeta, then adult Gohan, Super Saiyan 1 adult Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 is later up, and Mystic as well, Ultimate, what have you. Then we've got Majin Buu, Pure Evil Buu, Super Buu, Buuhan, Kid Buu, then going forward to, like, I guess, Dragon Ball Super, or whatever you want to call it, light Resurrection of F, I guess, the same thing. Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, which was teased out, I believe, towards the end of the Rivals trailer. Same thing for Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue Kale was, so expect that in. Base form Vegito, Super Vegito, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, Super Saiyan 2 Adult Gohan, and Super Gogeta. This Super Gogeta is from Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z Fusion Reborn movie. So yeah, again, we're now going towards the late part of Dragon Ball Z with like the margins, Super Saiyan Blue, if you want to say Super Saiyan Blue's part of Z for like the Resurrection of F movie. And we've got Vegeta, the objectively best character of all time. Getting fairly close towards the end now. We've got like, 4 more roles left. So let's start off with the next 2 characters confirmed. I believe it's Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2 Light Vegeta, whatever it's called. Then Hirudegarn. I'd love it if Hirudegarn's added. Again, another giant character. And I do... Now, this is his final form, not his half form. If they add his half form in, which I think if they do, it might be a bit of a cutscene where it's like a CGI cutscene or what have you, animated cutscene, and then, he goes into his final form. Oh yeah, guys, great. Then you've got Super Saiyan 3 Goku, quite fitting, because Hirudegarn. Then we've got Tapion. If they just add Hirudegarn and Tapion, with everything revealed so far, apart from Kid Trunks as well, then you can do the Wrath of the Dragon movie, right? Yes, you got Tapion's brother, you got the guy who I forget, like the little doctor guy. Doesn't matter about him. He wasn't in Tenkaichi 3, I don't believe, even as a voiceover. But you can do that. Then you've got Ultra Instinct Sun Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku, Base Form Goku Black, Super Saiyan Rozie Goku Black. I can't wait for those to be revealed, dude. Then you've got Ranger 17 or Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super. Then, I guess, MUI Goku. Base Form Gogeta from Dragon Ball Super Broly, Super Saiyan Gogeta from the same movie, as well as Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Then we have Final Form Janemba. Now, there's a few characters on this list that you could honestly take out and put First Form Janemba in and have that as a giant character, and or Tapion, not Tapion, sorry, Pycon, same thing, not even close. But I just don't think for the base game they're going to add Pycon or Final Form, sorry, First Form Janemba. They might not even add Final Form Janemba. That, to me, the more I think about it, it's like, okay, we'll have a Fusion Reborn DLC theme pack with like a new stage, Pycon, both versions of, you know, Janemba. But I do think Super Gogeta from Dragon Ball Z will be in the base game. He's one of the biggest characters, right? Granted, he wasn't in Xenoverse 1, but the last game he wasn't in before that, I think, would have been Budokai 1, question mark? I don't know. And again, yes, fighters. I mean, it's even technically in fighters to some extent as like, what, a special dynamic mission or cutscene, what have you. I don't know. Moving on now to the third last row. Starting off this row, I believe it's Majin Vegeta there. They could have got a better screenshot, I think. Majin Vegeta, Beerus, Super Saiyan Goku, Base Goku, whichever forms they are. There's too many of them. Then we got Whis, fantastic character. And again, another Super Saiyan and Base Goku. Then we've got Base Form Zamasu, then Fuse Zamasu, and characters that I completely forgot about from my first list. Fourth Form Cooler, Final Form Cooler, and Metal Cooler. Then I've put, just for the sake of it, King Cold there. Then, of course, we've got Ikari Broly and Full Power Super Saiyan Broly. His legendary form, if you want to call it that, from Dragon Ball Super Broly. So right off the bat, you can't have a game, I don't think, a Dragon Ball game at this point without Beerus. Right, he's basically the guy who helped bring Dragon Ball back to, like, you know, in terms of the movies, what have you. Yeah, Cooler, with Metal Cooler, you could have it either, and, well, you could remove maybe King Cold and have Metal Cooler, then a giant Metal Cooler. That could work, and that could be a slight nod, maybe, to Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi. But I think the less said about Ultimate Tenkaichi, perhaps the better. Row 10, we've got the Great Saiyaman, Super Saiyan, and Base Form. Oh, I'll talk about that in a moment. Is it Super Saiyan 2 Goku? Sure, why not? Then Toppo, recently officially confirmed. Then I've got God of Destruction Toppo. Again, I'll mention it in a moment. Then we've got the grotesque or the corrupted Fuse Zamasu, which could also play as a bit of a giant character. Then moving forward again to Dragon Ball Super Broly. No, not. To Dragon Ball Super Superhero. There we go. I've got Base Form Adult Gohan, Potential Unleashed Adult Gohan. Then I do have on here, it's Super Saiyan 3. I just couldn't find a mod, so I just imagine this is Super Saiyan 1. Super Saiyan 1, Adult Gohan, then Gohan Beast, and Jiren, Full Power Jiren. Super Saiyan Rage, is it? Or Super Saiyan 1 or 2 of DBS Future Trunks. I think it's probably going to play like Super Saiyan Rage. Then we've got Super Saiyan Broly from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So, I did say before, I think, I haven't rewatched my previous video because I wanted to go into this, you know, fresher. Hence why it took a little bit longer to do as opposed to that one. But I think in my first one, and feel free to rewatch and let me know, I think I said that the Great Saiyaman shouldn't be in the game, shouldn't have Super Saiyan, and instead just give Adult Gohan, like, the outfit, maybe. Or you can give him the outfit on Adult Gohan anyway, and then you've got 2 character slots there, completely free. I would love if they did that. But I think they might just add the base form in and have it play completely different. Super Saiyan, sure, why not? But it's just a waste of a slot in my opinion. Then again, we've got Toppo recently officially confirmed. Much like with Golden Frieza, I would be very, 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 very surprised if they don't add Toppo's God of Destruction mode. It just seems like an obvious choice, especially given we've got Dyspo and, you know, Jiren. Speaking of Jiren, again, his full power mode, I feel like that's going to be in either as a power-up or as a separate character. Probably as a separate character. And yeah, and we've got Super Saiyan Broly. Ikari Broly, Full Power Super Saiyan Broly, and Super Saiyan Broly are all confirmed. I just have a feeling Ikari Brody is also going to act as base form, and he'll go through like his Ikari mode, if it, like as a pair up, maybe like Kyle can. But I don't think base form Brody and Ikari Brody are going to be separate characters. You'd think by now they would have revealed that, right? If base form is going to be in, but whatever. Yeah, and again, Gohan Beast seems like a fairly obvious choice to add in, right? Even if they don't add his base form, or rather what they might do is just add base form and then you go straight into the beast mode. Especially if you're going to take hints from the manga, which as of right now, it doesn't look like they are. I don't know why I mention it. Let's now move on to the final list and give my, I guess, final thoughts. And moving on to the last row, and I've just noticed I've got the Great Saiyaman again. It's not for Super Saiyan 2, so replace the Great Saiyaman here with any character you want. This is a free choice for you in the comments to let me know who it should be. So I've got a Pool, Cell Jr., Shin, Kibito Kai, a free choice. Then you've got Migeta, I forget how to pronounce his name, Champa, Vados, then the Trio Dendria. I think the Dangerous Trio will be in, because, I mean, at this point, it's fairly obvious, I think, especially given how early they revealed Bergamo. So, yeah, Cell Jr. and a Pool, these are filler characters for, like, missions, what have you. You can replace them if you want, but I think these are going to be, included. Now I've got Shin, Kibito, and Kibito Kai because I think they will be in, but I can't imagine that they won't put them in and leave them for paid DLC. I just don't think they'll be worth it for DLC, but we have to wait and see. Now I've got the Universe 6, squad, Champa and Vados and Vegeta. Now, you might be thinking, oh, maybe I meant to pour, what's his name, Batamo, like the Willy the Pooh looking guy. Nope, because when I imagine him being a playable character, I can't see that happening, right? It just doesn't make sense to me. Not for any reason. It just doesn't add up in my head, right? But maybe add him there instead of the Great Saiyaman, Super Saiyan Shadow, whatever you want to call him. Yeah, so, yeah, that's my list for this. My list so far for this game. And that's my updated character roster prediction list for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as of the Speed versus Power trailer. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my list in the comments. Thank you all for watching. More videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you on one of these videos in just a moment.